Morning. Rolling at what time is it? 07 Central Time. On the road. Just made it through Nashville. Been to Tennessee. Started raining on me about 20 minutes ago. Ugh. It's early. Who all jumps in on this early Friday morning? We're definitely running through some storms here. Hey, what's going on, Michael? Good morning. I'm driving, so heading up to Ohio. Just made it through Nashville. Heading north. Been on the road for, oh man, probably, let's see, I left the house. What time is it? 7. So I left the house about 2 hours and 45 minutes ago. Oh, excuse something like that. Either way, it's early. 07 Central Time. You can see my polo back behind me. What's in Ohio? Well, a buddy of mine's getting married. He's a so he was like, hey, gonna be getting married in Ohio. That's where his fiance's from. So that's where they're doing the wedding. Oh, but it's gonna lead to a logistical nightmare of a weekend. But it'll be a good time. So, gonna head up to the wedding. Wedding's later on this afternoon. Yeah, I know. That's been there, done that. I've already got one. I've got one failed one under my belt already. So I'm on my second. On my second one. This one's gonna stick. She ain't going nowhere. So, and it's same situation for him since this is his second marriage. But looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good time. The only issue is, I guess it's not really an issue, but it's gonna make for a long weekend because I got to drive up there today. It's an 8-hour drive from my house. It's like 7.5 hours, but you know, by the time you stop for gas and grab you a bite to eat, that kind of stuff, probably gonna be an 8-hour drive. And then also it's in Springfield, Ohio, which is Eastern Standard Time, so they're an hour ahead of us. So that turns into like a 9-hour ordeal just getting up there. And then once I get up there, hang out at the wedding for a couple hours, and then I gotta hightail it back. I gotta start driving back. I'll probably spend the night somewhere in Kentucky because I got to be in Birmingham, Alabama in the morning at like 11. So yeah, it's gonna make for a fun weekend. Right now it's not a fun situation driving in all this rain. I was not I guess not super prepared for all this. I got on athletic shorts and a t-shirt. I'm gonna change into my clothes when I get up there, but I got out just a little bit ago to get some gas, and I was like, a little bit cooler than I thought it would be. So I didn't check the forecast, imagine that. But figured I would just do a live stream, and that way I could kill some time as I'm driving. I figured that'd be a good way to do it. TGIF, boys and girls. So it's Friday. Hope everyone is having a great morning or a great evening. Hope your Friday went well, depending on where you're at in the globe, on the globe. Thankfully, I left early enough. Yeah, it's a lot of driving. It's a lot of driving. My wife she was, because we had planned on me going for quite a while. Like as soon as we, they got engaged, back last year, and then they started planning the wedding, and they were like, hey, we're going to do it up in Ohio because that's where all of her family's from, and almost all of them still live up there, and so that was kind of the plan. And the whole plan was, all right, I'll go to the wedding, right? Because on top of that, on top of the logistical nightmare that we got going on this weekend, I'm driving up to Ohio right now, to Springfield, Ohio, for a wedding. I'll start the drive back later on this evening after it's over. It's like an 8-hour drive. And then, like I said, I got to be back in Birmingham, Alabama tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then on top of that, my stepdaughter has a volleyball tournament in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So I'm going to miss that because my daughter has a soccer tournament. That's why I got to go to Birmingham. And so, yeah, it's just, we're running and gunning all weekend. We got to divide and conquer. But yeah, it was something that we had already planned on me attending this wedding, long time ago. And yeah, it just is what it is. One of those situations is not ideal. What's going on? Derek. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Let me get around this fetch truck. It's probably hauling that barrel I just ordered. No, I'm kidding. I did order a barrel though. Oh, you used to work in Springfield. Nice. And I'll try to keep up with comments best I can. Obviously, I'm driving, so that might prove to be slightly difficult. And on top of that, it's, pouring down rain. So I will get to comments as I can, but, can't promise anything. I'm gonna get over here, see if I can't take out a construction barrel. They got them set up. Yeah, that's the one thing. You can always count on Tennessee to have some construction going on Interstate 65. Like that's a given. And I'm trying to hold you guys in my left hand, so that also doesn't help. Let's see. Oh, we got Mark. Yep, we got Mark in the live stream as well. Pure torture. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of driving this weekend. Like a ton of driving. But it is what it is. Yeah, you'll be in Huntsville coming up in May. Yep, for your daughter's graduation. We got to figure something out. See if we can't meet up, grab a cup of coffee. Yeah, that's why you guys might have to you guys might have to play nicely amongst yourselves for a little while. Oh, at least hopefully until I get on, I'm well on the other side of Nashville now, but there's still just a lot of traffic on 65. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to spend the night in Kentucky tonight. I'm almost positive it's either going to be Elizabethtown or Bowling Green. I haven't decided between the two. It'll depend on how far I can drive. Yes, I ordered a barrel. But don't get your hopes up, because it's not exactly what you think. Although I did reach out to Douglas and I got a quote on what I want. But I don't really want to say what the quote was for just yet. So leave you guys in a little bit of suspense. I'll just be over 3 hours from your neck of the woods. Drive say, yeah, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do the live stream. I was like, I know there's, you know, some Midwest guys in here, Ohio, Kentucky. There's a lot of you guys up in that neck of the woods. So I figured I'd do a live stream. When you get to Louisville, take the 264 loop, not the 265. Okay. Yeah, man, Louisville, like I like that city from the standpoint of the food. If you're ever in Louisville, Kentucky, and you're down to go to downtown and go to Wild Eggs, so W-I-L-D, eggs, E-G-G-S. It's a breakfast place, and it is, I mean, it's dynamite. Like, you will not be disappointed. I promise you. There's a few different locations, but the one downtown, that's the one you want to go to. So, working up 25-06 load now. Well, I really hope that cartridge is more. I hope it's nicer to you than it is to me, because that one has been. We've been on the struggle bus with 25-06. So, and I've had some people comment, you know, hey, even though it's a Ruger M77, why don't you try to float the barrel, you know, best you can, and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, it's not my gun, you know. I can't, I'm not gonna mess with somebody's firearm. So, and I think we'll find something that'll shoot eventually. Oh, another good place to eat in Louisville, Kentucky is Feast Barbecue. So like you're gonna sit down at a feast. That's the name of it. It used to be there. I don't know. I'm assuming it still is. But I ate there quite a bit back in, it was probably 2021, 2022 time frame. I had to go up to Louisville a lot for work. So you get to Ohio, stop at exit 36 for gas. Oh wow, yeah, dude, I just paid $3.80 a gallon in Tennessee. $3.79 and 9/10 or whatever that is, that gas tax they add on there. So yeah, $3.80 a gallon is what I just paid, which is painful. What in the world kind of setup we got going on here? Oh, they're shifting lanes. Got it. Like I said, there's construction. There's been nothing but construction so far. Let's see. Grandfather's rifle, cut the barrel, and threaded. Oh, nice. Threaded for a can. Sweet. You've taken a whitetail, hoping it turns into an antelope gun. Hey, that's a good one for it. I mean, you can go kill an elk with that if you wanted to. If you load up a GMX or a Barnes or something like that, I guarantee you people have killed a lot of elk with 25-06. Guy you work with says he wants to sell a Winchester 70 and 25-06. Oh yeah, nice. See that, now that's something, you know, that one probably has a free floated barrel, or if it doesn't, you can probably float it pretty easily. I bet that would be a sweet gun to have. And that's a really nice round. Like I think I'm getting a little I don't want to say jaded, that's not the right word, but my initial introduction, I guess we'll say, into 25-06 has not gone that well. And it's a cartridge that I'm a huge fan of. I've never owned one, but just ballistically and all that, I mean, for, you know, whitetail size game for sure. Man, it's a great one. So go back home, stop at exit 2 on Interstate 75 in South Kentucky, and go to Marathon, cheapest in the area. Also good to know. I was really hoping somebody could hook me up with a good gun store that's along my route. That would be nice. Somewhere with some powder and primers and all that stuff. And I might lose you guys. Hey, there he is. Morning, CW. I might lose you guys in terms of my signal, because driving through Tennessee, there's certain parts that just it's absolutely terrible on service. So if the video gets pretty distorted or just kind of pretty terrible in general, you'll know that I'm running through a pretty bad spot cell service wise. So feel free to drop out. Yeah, ratcheting. But yeah, I don't have great service coming through here right now. It just dropped all of a sudden. I went from 5G down to whatever. Oh no, I am not a Costco member. Vance Outdoors in Lebanon, Ohio. I'll have to look that up and see how close I am. Because I should, if I timed it right, I should have just a little bit of time to kill before I go to the wedding. Because the wedding is at 4:30. I got to go back and look at the text message. So I believe I timed it right to where I'm going to have a couple hours before I need to be at the wedding. Now, of course, that includes me having to go change, right? So I got to find a place with a bathroom so I can change. But yeah, I'm probably going to live stream for at least a good little while. Just try to pass time. Because another thing, my Xterra, I swapped out. I put like a, whatever you want to call it, those little bullet, the fake bullet things you can replace your antenna with on your vehicle. So I put one of those on there just from the standpoint of I didn't like the antenna that was on there because I drive this thing out in the woods from time to time and tree limbs smacking it and all that stuff. So I just swapped it out. But after doing that, my radio doesn't pick up as well. So it's kind of a pain to try to find a good radio station. Country Attic Treasures General Store, South Lebanon, Ohio. Yeah, that's what I got. Let's see. I got a little front pocket folding money. I sold some reloading stuff. Sold a couple of trail cameras. Thinking about well, I mean, really, I'm probably going to put that money towards a barrel, but if I come across a good deal on some powder or primers, I'll have to snatch them up. It's 11 miles east, Interstate 75 north. Good deal. Yeah, so I did order a barrel. For those of you that are, that care. I know Derek does. I know he definitely cares. And he has provided his opinion on the matter. CW, so I watched you, you know, I saw your video this morning. That's it, like, that's really how I start my day. You know, I get up, so I rely on you to post a video every morning. You're an hour ahead of me, so I rely on you to post a video because that's actually how I start my day. Once my wife heads off to work, you know, and does all that, because I work from home. So as soon as she's gone, I fire up the laptop, my work laptop, so I can't watch it on there, but I watch it on my phone. And so I appreciate the morning videos. It definitely helped this morning as I was driving. So he cares a lot about barrels. He does. So I ordered. It's not the main project we've been talking about. It's not for the Savage 114. I'm pretty sure I am gonna get a Douglas barrel based off your recommendation. And so I did reach out to them just to get a quote on what I wanted. I'm gonna call them just to make sure. You know, they came back. It was, I think the quote was like right at $400, which is fine. That's not an issue. I just want to make sure that everything's gonna fit that Savage 114 perfectly. We're not gonna have any issues like that's. So I just want to call and talk to them. But yeah, so it's looks promising on the Douglas barrel. But as far as safe travels, I appreciate it. We're going to try to be as safe as possible. We're just rolling north on Interstate 65. Kind of the traffic is mostly cleared out. We've gotten pretty well on the other side of Nashville now, so it's kind of cleared out. But because I've gotten on the other side of Nashville, my service has gotten a little worse. Cell service. Okay. If a Douglas is 400, you should scratch that and go with a Bartline or a Brooks. Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, I'm not committed one way or the other. Get around this 18-wheeler right here. Get on the other side of him. Oh, wait. Oh boy, that's a nice Corvette. Man. Dude's got a pure Michigan tag. That is sharp. Oh, and he got over right in front of me. And I can't see because he's just pouring water on my vehicle. Oh, so I had to get over. Or a benchmark barrel. Okay. Yeah, so the barrel that I did order, I ordered it from, you guys can probably hear the rain. Hopefully it's looking like it might lighten up. Not too far up the road, maybe, hopefully. Man, I'm ready to get out of this rain. But time for breakfast and load up to go to the range. All right, well, yeah, enjoy. So I ordered it's a pull-off barrel from, it's J&A Outdoors. They're out in Idaho, and they have a distributor. They have a distributor that they use, and they get like pull-off barrels from Christensen Arms. And so the barrels they're fired at the factory just to validate and verify, yes, good to go. I don't know the whole backstory as far as why they get these pull-offs, but I called them. They had a couple. I actually found it on eBay, and it's a 6.5 Creedmoor barrel, and I got that one to rebarrel my Remington, my Rebarreling 700 CDL, this chambered 243 Winchester. So I'm gonna rebarrel that, and which I didn't really intend to rebarrel it, but once I swapped that stock and put it in an AG Composites stock, I was like, you know what? I think I just want to rebarrel it to a 6.5. So looking around on eBay for Remington 700 barrels. Y'all hang tight. Just drove by the old state trooper. Pretty sure you're not supposed to have, I think this is like a hands-free state or something like that. You ain't supposed to be on your phone. But I found the barrel. It's so it's steel. It's not a carbon fiber. It's their Mesa barrel. So it's their whatever their budget. I think Mesa is their budget line, but it's a Christensen Arms Mesa barrel. That let's see, it's already, you know, chambered 6.5 Creedmoor. I believe it's 22-inch barrel, so not ideal for velocity. It is already threaded, so that's nice, and it was only 225 bucks. Christensen Arms, they make their own barrels. You know, they make them in-house, apparently, according to their website. So I was like, you know what, for $225 plus it was $9. It was like $9.95 to have it shipped to the house. So I'm into the barrel for like $234 and some change. So I thought that was a pretty good, at least, cost on trying to get a barrel. Because if you try to go buy a barrel and then have it threaded, you know, it just, that your costs start to go up. And it's Cerakoted. It's already Cerakoted black. You know, so it just, there was a lot of value in the barrel, in my opinion. So, and that's not the main project where I want to spend, you know, all of my barrel budget. That's going to be on the Savage 114. So something at 7mm. That's where I'm going to be dumping my barrel budget. So for this, I wanted something that was relatively inexpensive, but I could thread on there. And I wanted it in 6.5 Creedmoor. And so I looked up, found this. They only had 2 in stock. They had one that was like a tungsten gray or something like that Cerakote, but I got the black Cerakote. That way it just kind of goes a little better with the overall look, I think. 6.5, oh yeah, I'm a Creedmoor guy. I'm not necessarily a Creedmoor guy to the extent of like, hey, it's unicorn dust and it's the greatest cartridge that's ever been made. That's not the case. I just think for where I live and the distances that I hunt, that's probably about the most perfect cartridge to hunt game with in my neck of the woods. So really light recoil, you know, all the positives of it, really no negatives. I've got a mountain of 6.5 components. I've got, you know, probably 150 pieces of Lapua brass. I mean, I've basically got what I need to go ahead and load it up and get it going. Got to get around this van that's hauling a really nice boat, by the way. Guy driving a Mercedes van, hauling a really nice bass boat. Let's see, 6.5. It works for so many applications. Exactly. That's why I like it. I mean, it is past the 223 Remington for the cartridge that I've killed the most deer with. For the longest time, you know, 223 Remington, I hunted with that for a long time, killed a lot of deer with it. But just over the past few seasons, shooting a 6.5, I've killed more deer with that now than I have anything else. And just testing different bullets and testing them in the field and all that fun stuff. So I just enjoy that cartridge. It's easy to load for, generally easy to find accuracy, you know. It's a very forgiving cartridge. And that's the other reason too that I went with that, like the Christensen Arms Mesa barrel, you know, 6.5 Creedmoor. I would imagine they probably make they probably make a pretty good barrel for the Creedmoor. So. Oh, in this case, I think I think going the bad thing. Well, though, once the barrel comes in, and I'm gonna take it over to my buddy. He does the whole disassembly on barrels and receivers and all that stuff. So I'm gonna run it up to his place. We're gonna see if we can spin the barrel on and get it going. So hoping to get that project rocking and rolling pretty soon. The barrel should be here in a couple of days. Oh, for 6.5, no, actually, so I'm a really big fan of the 140 grain Spear Gold Dot and the 140 grain Spear Impact. Both of those shot extremely well out of my Kimber. I had a Kimber 84M Hunter, and those two bullets shot extremely well out of that. I'm a big fan of the 129 grain SST, hand loaded, so you can kind of juice up the velocity a little bit. And then I like the 127 grain LRX from Barnes, and also the 125 grain from McGuire Ballistics. So that's a solid copper option also. But yep. Now I like the 160 also, the round nose that Hornady makes. The 6.5s that I've had a couple now. They've both shot the 160 round nose really well with H40 350, somewhere around like 40 to 41 grains, somewhere in that range of H40 350, and the 160 grain round nose. It shot really well, and the velocity wasn't bad. I think I was right at 2,500. Yeah, I think I was right at 2,500 feet per second, just below that. I think with 40, might have been like 40.4 grains, if I remember that load. But I mean, 160 grain bullet, out of a Creedmoor going 25, it'll kill some deer. I shot a doe with it, actually shot a doe with that load. Shot her at probably about 80, 90 yards, maybe a little bit longer than that, maybe a little just over 100. Hey, Bowling Green, Kentucky. All right, pulling into Bowling Green. And it punched through. It was a broadside shot, punched through, so good stuff. Currently have the 140 ELDX, but watching the Hornady podcast, they really seem to like the 143. It's part of the fun and experience. Oh yeah, exactly. Now, I know there are some people out there on YouTube, you can go watch the videos where people kind of are hating on the ELDX bullet, right, wrong, or otherwise. Some people have not been happy with the, I wonder if he's going to the Corvette Museum. That Corvette just took the Bowling Green exit. I think that's where the Corvette Museum is. But yeah, there's a lot of content out there, both good and bad, for the 143 ELDX. People not happy with the performance, terminal performance, whatever. I mean, I think there's always going to be two sides to everything when you got a public forum like this. You're going to have people that rave about it and talk about it's the greatest thing ever, and then you're going to have people that say that it's terrible. Oh, they got a Cabela's at exit 22. I'm not a big fan of Cabela's at the moment. I'd rather shop maybe a smaller, more local gun store than go there. I've been there, it's pretty cool. I've driven by it countless times. Like I said, I had to go to Louisville a lot for work, and then just other trips and stuff, personal trips. I've driven by it a ton, but never never stopped. Yeah, their price hikes. I mean, I understand Hodgdon is, you know, they kind of came out and laid down the gauntlet and was like, look, you know, listen here, everybody, we're going to increase our prices, you know, to an insane level, to the point where it's going to make a lot of people question, okay, do I really want to go shoot and reload because the price of powder has gotten outrageous? And then primers, if you can find them, which the prices do seem to be a little more stable on primers, you know, at least the ones I've found and I've seen, they tend to be, their price really hadn't changed. I mean, they're still inflated, don't get me wrong, but yeah, the ones I've been able to find, you know, it looks like, so I've bought quite a bit of large rifle primers here lately, and they're like $80 for a brick, you know, which is absolutely terrible, considering you were able to get them for like, you know, a little over 30 back when I first started reloading, so that kind of hurts. But oh, they had the sinkhole. Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it is. I believe they I remember that. I remember that news story when all that happened. That's insane. Yeah, that destroyed, what was it? That like destroyed, it was like, what was it, like priceless, you know, one of a kind type Corvettes or something, I don't know. I'm trying to remember the story now, but oh wait. Well, finally out of the rain. Thank goodness. I'm out of the rain, but my service gets terrible. So yeah, finally quit raining. A bunch of them, they still had a few cars in the hole. It was crazy to see. Wow. Yeah, that's just wild. It's just crazy, just out of nowhere, right? Here comes a sinkhole right under the Corvette Museum. It's kind of crazy. But yep, hopefully Derek has a good range day. It's Friday, so I typically would be trying to get out to the range. I try to go on Fridays, try to take a lunch break, head over to the range. The range at, you know, close to my house, it's only like an 8-minute drive. So I tend to try to go to the range on Fridays around lunchtime. It just makes life a lot easier. Like, I don't really shoot a ton, but I'm able to go and get some testing done. And there's not a lot of people at the range during the week, which is nice. The range that I go to on the weekends, it's a different story. CW, I remember that too. I was just gonna ask if it was a Corvette hole. Yeah, no kidding. Man, just think about the, golly, just think about the dollar value of those vehicles. Ouch. Pretty wild. Looks like I finally got 5G back, so that's nice. Passing exit 28 now in Kentucky. Yeah, and I'm just about out of coffee, so at some point in time I'll have to stop and get some more of that. Took Pop to my range yesterday. He had a blast shooting 22s. Awesome. Man, shooting 22s, that's so much fun. Just started another pot here. Yeah, that's all I did was put a little coffee in my travel mug. So let's see what we got. Where is... Oh my. There we go, Corvette. There's the factory. Nice. Yep, just drove by it. Coffee, exit 53, go to the gun store on the northwest mountain. You'll see from the interstate. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just need to see. I'm really hoping some of these places have, you know, powder, primers. I hope they have reloading stuff. That's my hope. So, oh, it looks like I'm back down to a couple of bars on LTE. Oh, 5G, there it is. So we'll see. Hoping to find some good deals on reloading stuff. Yeah, I was looking where I'm heading up to Ohio. I was trying to see if it was going to be close to CH Tool and I again, so I could run over there. That's a pretty cool place. And release stops, yeah. I prefer to just keep rolling as much as possible. That's me too, but in this particular case, I am going to make an exception. And I try to, the way I run is I basically run down till I'm almost, you know, till my gas light comes on, basically. I try to run her out as long as possible, and then I stop for gas. So, and then I do everything all at once. That's my approach, right? I stop for gas. I'll get gas station coffee. Like, yeah, I just do it that way. But I am going to cut myself a little slack in this particular instance, because I do need to get out and walk around a little bit. It's trying to, you know, drive as much as I'm going to be driving today, tomorrow, all weekend, really. I got to go back and forth to Birmingham down in Alabama. I got to do that a couple of times, because I'm not going to be spending the night down there. The tournament is Saturday and Sunday, so I'm just going to drive back and forth. Only like a 2-hour drive from my house. Like more rain, nice overcast, good to go. So, Scotsman, so if I'm you said I'm 3 hours away from you, so where are you at exactly? What state? CW. Heat will kill it, plus sediment. Fill at quarter, consider quarter to be... Okay, I can do that. That's easy enough. Oh, okay, you're just past Cleveland. Got you. We typically fly into Cleveland when I have to go up to Ohio from work, from time to time. Normally I go up there maybe once or twice a year. And I fly into Cleveland, head down to Worcester. Yeah, well, I think when I stopped and filled up, I was probably just under a quarter of a tank earlier, but I wanted to stop before I got to Nashville, because I didn't want to have to try to bother with stopping for gas in the middle of Nashville. So stopped a little bit ahead of that, went ahead and filled up. So right now I'm sitting at 3/4, it's rolling on pretty good. Which this Nissan Xterra, I was a little surprised when I first got it and I started tracking the mileage and stuff that I was getting, my miles per gallon. I mean, I average 20 to 21 miles per gallon, so I can't complain about that. Oh, okay. Yep, good old Worcester. Well, I stay in Worcester. When I go up there for work, I stay there because that's like the town, like the biggest town close to where we have to go. And then I think it's like a 30-minute drive to the place we got to go to work. So go to Orville, home of Smuckers, Orville, Ohio. I'd offer coffee, but I got to do decaf. No one else wants that. Yeah, that's true. No one wants that. But hey, go check out how they do the decaffeination process on whatever it is you drink. I read an article where some coffee manufacturers, they use some pretty harsh chemicals on their decaffeination process, which, the way I look at it, if that's the stuff that takes us out, man, it's one of those where it's like, I didn't see that one coming. But I think we got bigger fish to fry. I think we got more stuff to worry about. Speaking of fish fry, I'd love some fried catfish right about now. Yeah, CW, so you're going to have a package coming your way. Let's see. I won't be able to get it in the mail, obviously, since I'm on the road this weekend nonstop. So it'll probably be Monday. Yeah, probably Monday morning. Try to go drop it off at the post office Monday. 2 heart attacks and a split sternum. Try to listen to my docs. Yeah, you definitely should. You definitely should. Lower the stress level. Yeah, so I ended up getting, I think I found, they're building a Buc-ee's. Nice for all you folks that drive through here. Exit 38, Smith's Grove in Kentucky. Man, if that place was open, that's where we'd be stopping. Good night. They got like 200 gas pumps at that place, and their food is dynamite, and their coffee's pretty good too. But it's not open yet. So CW, I picked up, I think I ended up picking up 94. It was 94 or 96 pieces of 6-arc brass that somebody just left at the range. I went, it was probably a few weeks back. I went to the range and there were 5 boxes of Hornady. There were 5 empty boxes of like Hornady factory ammo in the garbage can. So then I'm digging around and I find 94 or 96 pieces of the brass that they didn't even pick up. And I couldn't find those other few pieces, but I went ahead and decapped them and wet tumbled them. So I went ahead and cleaned them up. Pretty sure I did. I'll have to go back and double check. Now I'm questioning myself whether I did that or if I just, no, I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I cleaned them up, decapped, cleaned them up, wet tumbled them with some stainless steel pins, and then so I got them in a box. Send a couple other things with it as well. So I mentioned it on a stream. Wait till you see the new Ford plant to your left in a few miles. Oh, I bet it's insane. Which Ford better step their game up, because I saw a Ram 2500 yesterday that, man, that thing was nice. It had the AEV Prospector package on it, which that's some type of aftermarket. I had my wife look it up. Some type of aftermarket, add-on deal. Man, that thing was sharp. I don't lust after too many trucks, but that was one of them. I was like, man alive. Buc-ee's are everywhere along your route. Yeah, we've got one down in Athens, Alabama. But the way I got to the interstate, I didn't go by it this morning. I could have gone that way. It would have added just, a little bit of time to my trip, somewhat out of the way from where I live, and to try to get to the interstate. So, and I already had coffee from the house, so I didn't really fool with it. Yeah, we're just rolling on now. Nice overcast sky, so that way the sun's not blaring in my eyes. I didn't put my contacts in this morning. I was like, nah, if I'm driving that early in the morning and the day's gonna be that long, I gotta save my contacts for when I get to the wedding. I'll just wear my glasses all day, put them in when I get up there. I tried to rig you guys up in a little phone holder kind of thing. I got my dress shoe over here in my passenger seat. I was trying to rig you guys up, but just couldn't get it to stay correctly. So I'm just gonna have to hold you. That sounded weird. Now I would have stopped by Mid-South Shooter Supply, but they're in Clarksville, Tennessee. That's kind of the other direction. Yeah, exactly. So I take from where I'm at over in Owens Crossroads, I take North Parkway, so 231 north over to Oakwood Avenue, hang a left on Oakwood, go up to 53, hang a right, and that runs you out to, like you're saying, that runs you out to 65 right there through Ardmore and all that. So that's the way I go, unless I just really want to stop by Buc-ee's, then I'll head out to Athens. But if you do go to Buc-ee's, their burritos are really good, by the way. I've had them a few times now. Their burritos are really good. Their brisket sandwiches are pretty good too. Just over the hill from your dad. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we moved to that area in 2019. Thankfully, we bought a house when we did, because in that area, the market was definitely heating up in 2019. But after we got our place, man, it just went nuts. Prices were it was insane what people were paying for some of those houses over there. So thankfully we got in when we did. I've got another 94 miles till I make it to Louisville. So I guess you guys get to put up with me for a little bit longer. I'll probably stream for a little while. I'll probably, let's see, you said exit 53. Which one am I at now? So I'm mile marker 44. Ugh. I gotta be in a mood for pizza. That may sound weird, but I'm not a big pizza guy. That's one of those foods where it's kind of like spaghetti. Growing up, we ate spaghetti a lot with deer meat, but we ate a lot of spaghetti. And man, it just kind of, it's one of those where when you eat a certain food so much, you just kind of get turned off to it a little bit. That's how I am with pizza. I've eaten so much pizza. It just reaches the point where it's like, I'll pass. If I'm going to stop and find something, it'll be not that. Call it the dinosaur exit. Oh, Mammoth Cave National Park. I need to get up here and go to that. Me and my wife, we need to come up here and do some hiking. That'd be pretty fun. So you'll be proud of me, Derek. So I went from never ordering a barrel ever to I ordered that one yesterday from Christensen Arms. I mean from J&A Outdoors, and I'm gonna order 2 more barrels. So I went from never ordering a barrel to I'm gonna order 3. So you should be proud of me. The main chunk of change though, it's really gonna go into that. Who's gonna spin on the barrel for you? It'll be the first attempt will be made over at Mr. Big Guns in Huntsville. They assemble some rifles and stuff, and those guys they do a lot of competition shooting, and they're spinning up barrels all the time. So I reached out to my buddy Matt. He's the guy that owns the store, and I was like, hey, just ordered a barrel. You know, they've got everything you need, barrel vise, all, you know, any wrench, any whatever, they got all that stuff. So I just hit him up and was like, hey, do you mind if I bring everything up there? Now that I don't know, right? If it gets any more into down into the weeds, then I have no idea. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. But because I wasn't planning on rebarreling this 700, I was only planning to just keep it as a 243 Winchester, but I don't know, I like 6.5. It's got the same bolt face diameter and all that, so that one seemed like an easy. That was kind of like the easy button. I felt like was buying that barrel pretty cheap, and we'll see if we can thread it on and get it all squared away. If not, no big deal. I'll take it to whoever I need to and get it situated. But then I've got that Remington 700 that's chambered in 300 blackout that I'm going to rebarrel. I'm really thinking about rebarreling it to a 223. And the reason I want to go that route, I keep going back and forth. I'm looking at rebarreling it to 350 Legend to hunt with, but at the same time, I've got a lot of Starline 223 brass and a lot of the Spear Gold Dot, the 62 and the 75 grain bullets. I'm a really big fan of that bullet in 223, so I'm thinking about rebarreling that one and then putting it in some type of maybe some type of budget oriented chassis. Haven't decided. Oh yeah, Tudor. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's the one I would recommend, only by like word of mouth from other people that have recommended him to me. I've never used him, but yeah, that guy. That is the gunsmith you want to go to. That's who my buddy Levi, that's who he uses for all of his competition rigs. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he's gotten into doing them himself now, but I know for the longest time he was just getting everything from Meredith. Let's see. Don't just spin on a barrel. Make sure that action and bolt face get completely trued up. Yep, that's another route I need to go with both 700s. With both, because those will probably get rebarreled first. Because I'm looking at a I think that 223 barrel I was looking at, that one was going to ship pretty quick. Because the one I'm going to order for the 7mm stuff, that one's going to be, you know, the whole custom deal where it's going to take however many weeks to get. So that project is a long way off. Best to recut the action, threads, lugs, bolt face lugs. Once you do it and see the magic, you'll never not do it again. Got it. Yeah, that's one of those you really don't know what you're missing until you go down that path, and then you're like, oh, snap. There's a lot more out there. Yeah, one of those situations. Makes me want to go hunt. You got all the rolling hills of Tennessee and then coming right into Kentucky. Yeah. Makes me want deer season to roll back around pretty quick. But for distances you hunt, spinning on a barrel will work. Yeah, that I believe that be true. Again, never done it, so, but a quality barrel alone is a great start. Yeah, and that's why on that 7mm project, that's really why it's taken me as long as it has to even try to narrow down a potential list of options, right? Because that's one of those, I really don't want to finish product that I'm not super happy with, right? I want to make sure I wring out as much performance as I can. I do have the list of cartridges narrowed down to like three potential options that I'm going to rebarrel, that I'm going to get it rebarreled in. Never got out last season. Oh man. Hopefully be better and able to get out this season. Yeah, I hope so too. It's just good for the soul, I believe. Get out there and go climb a tree and just, you ain't even got to climb a tree. Go sit at the base of a tree and just be in nature when nature wakes up. That's probably my favorite part, is getting out in the woods early when everything's still, you know, just pretty much silent, right? Everything's pretty quiet. And then being there as the sun starts to come up and everything starts to wake up, no better feeling. Let's see, what's Mark saying? What's your barrel break-in method? And do you lap or fire lap? So we actually went back and forth on this. We didn't go back and forth, but we talked about this on one of my last live streams about barrel break-in process. Doesn't matter, should you do it, should you not do it, you know, yada yada yada. And I think where we landed, or at least where I landed with it, is there's no definitive way to prove whether breaking in the barrel gave you any benefit or not. I can't come up with any way in my mind or any test that would show, because even if you got two identical barrels, you could have a barrel made like by Bartline, Brooks, whoever, I don't care who, Krieger, doesn't matter who. You could go get two identical barrels that for the most part are almost, basically copies of each other in terms of specifications, tolerances, the whole nine, and they're still going to react differently. The differences might be very minor and subtle, but every single barrel is an individual. That's where I'm landing on it, is the fact that every barrel is an individual no matter what. And generally speaking, you buy a bunch of barrels from the same barrel maker and they make them all at the same time, and you find a load that works pretty good, probably going to work pretty good in all the barrels. Might not work the same, but so that right there, the fact that they're so individual, just I don't see how you could prove that, hey, breaking in the barrel actually did something or it didn't do something. I don't know. I mean, I don't really do it. I've done it on I've done it on 3 or 4 guns that I bought brand new, but that's it. So I don't really have a good answer to say do it or don't do it, because you hear barrel makers say you ain't got to worry about it, go out and shoot. Well, they're the guys that make the barrels, so trust me, I will not reveal any knowledge about barrel making that they that they won't reveal, right? I don't have any tricks up my sleeve. That's not what I do. I'm not an expert in that. They are. So if they're saying, hey, don't break in the barrel, I don't know. Maybe just go with that. Hammer forged barrels normally shoot better. Why? Oh, now that I have no idea. Couldn't answer that one. That's up for discussion for people on the stream that are a lot more knowledgeable than me on that topic. What are the 3 7mm options I'm considering? You're just on pins and needles, I can tell. So one is the 7 Psalm, which has been in the running the entire time. That's been on the list, the short list. Second one is the 7 Winchester short mag, which I'm a huge fan of. I've loaded for that cartridge before, so I'm familiar with it. And then the third is the 280 Ackley Improved. There you go. So, which right now, at the number 1 spot, if I had to order a barrel today, it would be the 280 Remington Ackley Improved. If I just had to go order it right now. So, that's kind of where we sit. I'm leaning more and more towards the 280 Ackley. But again, for the distances that I hunt, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, 280 Ackley. For the win, baby, for the win. Well, it's just one of those things where I basically sat down and I made a spreadsheet of potential 7mm cartridges that I could load for, keeping in mind that the bullet selection that I'm going with, it's going to be a very narrow window of bullet options, right? It's going to be a couple of different offerings from Barnes, 2 or 3 different offerings for Barnes, and then I might mess around with something else, but it's not really something that it's not going to be a rifle that I go and I test constantly with, like you see a lot of the other stuff that I do. I'm constantly testing new bullets, or not new bullets, but different bullets, different powder combinations, all that stuff. just to do it. I enjoy doing it. So, but this is very much a purpose-built hunting rifle, and so the testing is not going to be limited, but it's going to be limited in the fact that, you know, I'm not going to go cast a wide net of like all these different powders and bullet combinations, and that's not the purpose. So it's going to be very much a narrowly focused project in terms of bullets that I'm going to test. And so when I started looking at that and looking at the ranges at which I'm probably going to take shots on game, you know, it's I don't need the extra recoil and horsepower of like a 7 SAUM or a 7 Wisdom, right? Because you're talking, I think minimum is like 10 more grains of powder over the 280 Ackley Improved. So, you know, yeah, I can get a little bit more velocity, but I'll be going with, more than likely, I'll be going with a 26-inch barrel anyway. So my velocity is going to be good enough, right? Should be getting good velocity, no matter what cartridge I go with. I'm going with a 26-inch barrel. Best option. Oh yeah, we're gonna leave that. Yeah, don't worry, Derek. I hid the hid that comment. It popped up on my little screen here that I had one to review, and I looked at that, and we'll just leave that one hidden, because yes, it did sound bad. 139 LRX over Superformance. Yeah, so there are a couple of LRX options I want to test, which that's one of them. And I also want to test it might not be an LRX. I think there's a 168 grain option as well. I can't remember if it's a tip TSX. It might just be a tip TSX, but that one's going to be in the running as well, plus the 160 TSX and the 175. So it'd be a 1-in-8 twist barrel. That's going to be the twist rate, so I can shoot heavy, long stuff. Brass shouldn't be hard to get either. I've seen it available at a handful of places, so brass shouldn't be difficult to come by. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's the completed your testing last week. Good deal. The 280 in a Remington mountain rifle, oh yeah, is awesome. We have the 708 in one, and I always wanted to make a 338 all-6 in one. Now that'd be cool. Those mountain rifles are really nice. I had one in 308 at one time. Ended up getting rid of it. That's one of the few regrets that I have. I wish I would have kept that one. I wish I would have kept it and just, you know, continued working on it, or just rebarreled it, because it didn't really shoot that great. CW, I've got a 730. Yep, yeah, I saw those videos. 7 mags, sending the 160s. Well, and I've loaded for 280 Remington in the past, so that's another reason why. Yeah, not the Ackley version, but just 280 Remington or 7mm Express, whatever you want to call it. Haven't had your 280 out, as it's your little brother's. Oh, got it. 8 twist is too fast in in the 280 Ackley. Unless you're going 180 or heavier. Oh, okay, so I could probably get away with a 1-in-9 or 1-in-9 and a quarter or whatever that I learned my inner arm 7 mag is, yeah, I saw that video too, CW, where you were testing the, this truck is kind of getting on my nerves here. Let me see if I can just get around him and get in front of him. One of those deals where, you know, you can just, you ain't got cruise control. Because coming downhill, he builds up a head of steam, but going uphill, you about run into the back of it every time. Yeah, I saw that video where you had stability issues, and then stick with 9 and 280. All right, slower twist will stabilize. All right, 10 twist very common in 7, and 10 1/4 as long as bullet's not heavier than 175. Yep, shot 155. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I saw that when you were posting about those 155 terminal ascents. So, and that's the other part of it too. Like, I'm gonna be loading up Barnes, but I've got a lot of those Federal terminal ascent bullets I want to test as well. So, and I've got load data from Federal for the 280 Ackley. So yeah, we'll just test it out, see how it goes. Hopefully those shoot really well. Just got some 175, yeah, the Accubons. They're longer than the 155s. I've got a bag of those too, but they're the ones I got. They who was it? So I can't remember who it was. Somebody sent them to me. I think they had ordered them by mistake, or they had ordered a lot of them. I can't remember, but they sent me a bag of those 175s. And I think I did shoot a few of them in 7 mag. I didn't really devote a lot of time to them. They had some pretty heavy pull marks on them. So I didn't really mess with them that much. Oh, you're testing the Federal TLR and 270 Win today. Nice, the 136 grain. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the precursor to the terminal ascent, I believe. But I've got a lot of those bullets, those 155s, and I've got some, I believe it's 150 of those Federal, what are they, the trophy bonded, or whatever they're called, the ones with the orange tip. They're not the terminal ascents. I believe those have the blue tip on them, or the purple, the kind of that, whatever that color is. These are more of the orange kind of translucent tip, if I'm remembering correctly. I did finally get an order from American Reloading, 200 plus pieces of the Federal nickel. Okay, yeah, you got the prime stuff. That's what I got for 270. I bought a box of those just to have, just to test, you know. Yeah, and they shot fine so far. What I've loaded up in them, I've tested with the 128 grain McGuire ballistics. That's what I loaded up in the Federal, that prime stuff, and you know, I've shot a bunch of those. They were fine, no issues. The terminal ascent, the 155 is wicked long. It's wicked. 175s have shot fine. You prefer 160. Yeah, the trophy bonded. Yep. So I've got some of those too that I want to try. I want to test out a couple of Federal bullets in 7mm. So you've got 3 boxes of the trophy bonded 140 and 270 also. Okay, yeah, orange tip, good. CW 3032 seems magical in most cartridges. That will do it. away. Louisville, 58 miles. Oh, maybe we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Oh man, that state troop just sitting there right as you come over that rise. I mean, he's just sitting right there in his passenger seat. No, driver's seat, yeah. He's kind of got his door open and he's leaned back facing the southbound traffic and just got his gun, just radar gun, not his handgun. Radar gun just pointed at traffic. I mean, tagging them. Yeah, that's lovely. You all have a great Friday. Hey, you too, buddy. I appreciate you jumping on. I know it's a kind of odd to do a live stream this early in the morning, but I'm on the road. You know, it's nice that you guys are keeping me company. I don't have a passenger princess with me, so y'all are kind of my passenger princess today. Burger chart says 3+ should stabilize. Need to try sidetrack with 8mm. No, not just sidetrack with 8mm 22 projects. Like CW, you're just like Zach. I mean, I don't see how you think straight. The amount of stuff that you're putting out and the amount of videos you've got, I mean, it's impressive. And definitely on the scope side of the house, I love all the scope videos you do. Those are really nice. So I do appreciate all the content you've been pushing lately, especially on the scope side of the house. That's really pretty good to see. Yeah, the Scotsman is a passenger princess. It happens. Oh. Yeah, what's going to be fun is trying to find another scope headed in. Good, not another one. What is that? DJ Khaled or whoever. Another one. Yeah. It's like every time I turn around, you've got a Monstrum, which I'm looking at buying a Monstrum just because of your videos now, by the way. I'm really looking hard at the 2-10. What was that one called? The Banshee, maybe? 2-10, the MPVO that I believe the other day. I've got one sitting in my shopping cart on Amazon as we speak. Yeah, Monstrum. Yeah. Yep, Monstrum MP2-10. I need a CW discount code. That's what I need. Happy to help keep you on the road. If that makes me a princess, so be it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, right back at you. I'll be your princess. That's fine. But yeah, it definitely has helped. Otherwise, I would just be running YouTube videos, you know, in the background, just listening to the noise. So the live stream has been nice. It's definitely helped pass the time. This far, you know, just being on the road gets a little monotonous. I like that one a lot. Yeah, CW needs a code. You know, posting these videos about these really good scopes, and you'd think Monstrum would be like, hey, by the way, you are now an affiliate. Here's a code. But yeah, that 2-10 is looking really nice. They've got a 1-10 also, the LPVO 1-10. It's 1-10 by 24 millimeter that I was looking at, but that 2-10 is just, man, that's such a really good magnification range. Again, for the distances that I hunt, you know, that 2 to 10 would probably be perfect. So, oh yeah, this must be the Ford facility Derek was talking about up here on my left. This thing is absolutely ridiculously massive. I mean, this is an insanely large facility. So yeah, that's got to be what he was talking about. It's probably the new Ford plant. He can apply to be an affiliate they have at the bottom of the site. Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to apply, CW, and be like, hey, I don't know if you guys know who I am. I'm kind of a big deal. So. Good night. That is a facility right there. Holy cow. Oh, this 18-wheeler trying to come on over on me. Come on, buddy. Man alive. Wow. I'm a manufacturing engineer, so stuff like that just... that stuff really gets me fired up. Gets me going. Just thinking of the manufacturing that's taking place inside of that facility. Once they get it finished, it's under construction now, but it is absolutely massive. Yeah, they got a lot of road construction going on. I guess this looks like a brand new exit and everything. Overpass, brand new overpass, so yeah, putting everything in just for that facility. Oh, nice. I didn't realize we were at that many. A lot of people bored on a Friday morning. Every now and then, whenever sometimes I'll see the number kind of spike up, what I would consider a spike up, right, on a live stream to something like that, like 40, 50, and then it never fails. As soon as I see that, then you start to see the yahoos in the chat, just weirdos that drop in, and folks that can't spell reloading. So yeah, I'll probably end the stream somewhere before I make it to Louisville. That'll probably be my cutoff point. I mean, I've been holding this phone in this position for 88 minutes and 45 seconds. So I need to buy a little, what is that phone holder that you can clip into your vent or whatever it is? I need to get one of those. A lot of bots and spam. Yeah, exactly. More and more lately. No, you're 100%. Yep, 100%. That's really the only downside of kind of doing a live stream. I've really enjoyed doing them. You know, they're super random when I am able to do them. It just depends on my time, but I've really enjoyed doing them. Learned a lot from you guys. Folks start asking questions, and then opinions start getting thrown around. Some knowledge gets dropped. It's good stuff. Well, and two, what's going on with all the comment situation? That's frustrating. Like, thankfully, CW helped me out on the last video I posted, whatever it was, a couple of days ago. And he was like, he sent me a text, hey, by the way, your comments are turned off. Yeah, Georgia Shooting Connection. Friday nights are really not great nights for me to try to make it onto a live stream about reloading. So typically Friday nights are, because every other week, right, I have my daughter and my stepdaughter is at the house. So every other week we have them, because we do week on, week off is the arrangement, right? So that during that time, we've almost always got something going on. And then on the off Fridays when we don't have them, you know, that's typically when me and my wife try to do, you know, date night or something like that. So it's Friday evenings are not the easiest thing to try to get scheduled. Yeah, don't get you started. I don't understand the comment thing. I don't know. I mean, I think we all know why, right? I mean, if you have a Pro 2A channel, more or less, probably, because it was. I think I sent you it. His comments were turned off on the video he uploaded. Half Mile Sniper got hit. F-Class John, my video got hit. CW's videos, they keep coming after him. So it's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. Oh, and there was another guy. There's another guy that he's not even 2A related. He makes videos about watches. Now he's very opinionated about the state of the country in terms of the direction we're heading. He's very opinionated about that, and he has a separate channel where he kind of talks about that stuff. And the comments were turned off on his second channel on a video that he had just posted. He made a community post about that. We've got somebody from Mother Russia. That's what I'm talking about. Far-reaching. From Alabama to Russia. From our house to yours. Or I guess from my vehicle to wherever you're at. Yeah, Elizabethtown, coming up in 3 miles. That's probably where I'm going to be spending the night, actually. Because I'll get up here, I'll go to the wedding, and then I'll be driving back, and I'll probably be so tired that I don't even know if I'll make it to Elizabethtown. I'll just have to crash. Not literally, you know, hopefully, not literally, but I'll find a place to go to sleep. Yeah, it should be, let's see, over in Russia right now, you should be, what are you, probably 8 hours ahead of us? 8, 9, or 10 hours ahead of us, something like that. So right now it should be sometime in the evening. So good evening on Friday evening in Russia. Let's see. Oh no, hey, so I just thought of something. Scotsman and CW. I'll reach out to Jamie, but there is a Friday coming up where I will definitely be free. I think it's, oh, what Friday is that? It's coming up in May. I can't think of the date now, but there's a Friday. I'll reach out to Jamie. That one, I mean, as it stands right now, that one I'll 100% be able to jump on there. Hey, come on over, brother. Come on over. Light's always on for you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Now that I think about it, there's definitely a Friday coming up. There's going to be a stretch of time where my wife and my stepdaughter, they're actually going to Europe for it's one of those trips through the school that they do, and it's like a big group of them are going over there coming up in May, toward the end of May. And so that one, because I know they're going to be gone for like 12 days, and so I know there's a Friday in there, and so whatever that Friday is, I'm all in. Yeah, looking forward to it. Clover says that it ain't personal and drama queens, but just too much, too often, targeting same kind of shit. Yeah, no, exactly. That's my thoughts too, CW. It's like, yeah, I'm sure it's not personal, but like, really, I mean, when you kind of target channels that make the type of content we make, you know, when you do that enough times, it just kind of gets old, you know. It'll keep you out of trouble good. Somebody's got to. So I'm interested with the fella from Russia. Like, where do you live in Russia? It's a pretty big place. If he's even still in here, he might be gone now. The sun finally broke through. Man, we got still pretty cloudy, but so I got a break in the clouds. Got a little sunshine going. Yeah, it's the AI. Yeah, exactly. What? Yeah, bingo. Because you know they're just running algorithms, and you know it's probably really not an actual person that's sitting there doing it. It's just once they deem your channel right of certain, I guess, certain type, then they're like, oh, no matter what you put out, it doesn't matter. But we could go make a video about rainbows and unicorns and bunny rabbits, right? And it'll probably get, you know, it'll probably get unmonetized and probably get comments turned off. So it doesn't matter, you know, what you produce. To your point, once you're kind of in that, once they filter you into that category. I do not want the spotlight. Yeah, no kidding. Me neither. I just like making the videos I make. I like showing stuff I'm working on and results I've gotten and different projects I'm thinking about. I just think it's fun. Oh dang, as soon as I did that, they deleted my channel, but no, it ain't personal. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You reach out and you push back, they just come after you even more. Which I'm not a fan of how they manage everything and how the censorship that goes along with it, but it's like YouTube is still the best platform in terms of, you know, video content, long form, getting stuff out there, you know, uploading it, all that. I've got a Rumble account, but it's just not as seamless. It's not as I don't know. On YouTube, it's just so much easier to just upload a video. Oh, we got folks driving like it's NASCAR out here now. I guess the sun come out, so did the acceleration. Folks are flying. I mean, I'm driving 75. In my life for the last 6 months, it's been therapy for me. Oh yeah, exactly. That's the thing, you know, and that's, again, can't even imagine, right? The situation that you're in, CW, and definitely thoughts and prayers go out to you continually, right? I guess cell service in Kentucky. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a form of therapy / whatever, you know, whatever you need it to be, right? That's what it is. So that's what I like about it. Let me get over here. Left lane's closing down. Oh, get a little bit of air going. They hit you hard. Almost 2 years ago, contacted Clover after I had videos pulled back 2 nights in a row, and he basically came back with, they have no explanation to why it happened. they have an explanation. I shut off monetization, and so far, no issues other than live streams. They keep pulling shows every other week. Well, so for me, like, I will depend on the video. You know, I kind of have somewhat of a decent understanding of what they're going to allow to be monetized or not at this point. So I do turn it on if I think it's a video that will at least be somewhat passable, and it's, you know, even if it's slightly questionable, I do. And then if they're like, no, you know, limited or restricted ads, right? And so that's virtually, that means it's not really going to be monetized. I mean, let's just be honest. And so if they do that, I don't even challenge it. I don't submit a request for review or any of that. I'm just like, you know what, whatever. I'll make another video another time, and it might get the green dollar sign, right? Maybe. So yeah, I don't really push it too much. I try not to ruffle too many feathers, which I don't think the stuff we put out ruffles any feathers, but whatever. That's what we get for thinking, I reckon. Oh, lane change, or lane shift. They're doing construction. Good. Let's get through this part of the construction. That's a nice looking boat that guy's hauling. Probably a good weekend to get out on the water. Construction. In all honesty, we don't do anything out of the ordinary. It is simply whatever the YouTube overlords, oh yeah, want to say or claim, so they keep us hidden or limited. Oh yeah, 100%. And that, I mean, that is so clear and evident that they do that. Like, if you upload a video, because this has happened to me several times, where, because it's not like my videos get a ton of views, you know, compared to other people and other channels, but, you know, there'll be videos that just start off on fire, right? I mean, they're getting really good views, and then all of a sudden you can see it. It just absolutely tanks, right? So, wonder why that is. All of a sudden it's no longer, you know, let's see, no longer is it being pushed by the algorithm or whatever. So let's see, what time is it? 8:47. Yeah. Oh no, time changed already. I'm in Eastern time now, so it's 9:46. About time for another coffee break. Let's see. Well, I got a half tank of gas, so I'll probably do a coffee break when I run it down to a quarter of a tank. Probably stop, get some coffee. Anybody heading to the range? Scotsman, you heading to the range this weekend? I feel like CW is. You can just about live at the range, it seems like. Just about hit my limit on how long I can sit in a vehicle. I got out and got gas. I was just south of Nashville. Filled up with gas. I was able to get out and walk around a little bit, but man, once I hit about the 2-hour mark of just sitting in a vehicle, I about have to just get out and walk around. My right hip starts killing me. I have my own range at house, mostly pistol. Nice. Hopefully we'll get out tomorrow after second job catch you. Yeah, so there's another channel that I follow, the Outdoor Generalist. He seems like a really cool guy. Him and his wife, they did live in Tennessee, and they, I guess, sold their place and moved to Missouri. Well, the place they moved to, he's now got enough land to where he can have a personal shooting range, basically, on his property. And I think the furthest that he said he could stretch it out to was like 200 yards. But I think that's going to depend on when he actually builds the berms for the backstop, where he's got to build those, or where he's going to build those, and then how far back he can back off of that and set up. So, but that's awesome. If you can have your own personal range, or at least some amount of a personal range, man, that's nice. Which the range I go to, like I said, is 8 minutes from the house, so it's not terrible. Could be worse. The one I used to go to was like an hour from the house. So that really was like an all-day event. I had to load everything up, had to make sure I had everything I needed. You drive an hour to the range, you want to make sure you're taking as many firearms as possible to test as much stuff as possible. You wind up just spending all day out there, which is not a bad thing. But when you got family and kids and all that takes a lot of time. So you got to be strategic in how you plan those long range days. Let's see, we're at exit 112. We shouldn't be too far from Louisville at this point. Property is small. I have less than 50 yards, I think. Went to the road. It would be 50. I got you. But I really don't try to put, you have decent neighbors, so try to be somewhat respectful. Yep. That's pretty critical. You don't want to piss the neighbors off. Create unnecessary drama. So let's get some AC going in here. That sun's shining through now. Starting to warm up. We've been at this now for 111 minutes. That's a long time. So, probably about to call it done on the live stream. My phone battery is draining pretty quickly between trying to live stream and the terrible service and all that. So, yeah, just here in the great state of Kentucky, about to hopefully make it to Ohio before too long. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. So, Scotsman, I think you've been on the stream since like almost the very beginning. So, I really appreciate it. CW, I'm glad you can finally make one. I'm not sure why you don't get the notifications. I mean, I think we know why. Shadow ban. So, but I'll be stopping pretty soon. Yeah, run it down to a quarter, and then I'll probably stop, fill up with gas, get some coffee. So, but hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Have a great rest of your day, wherever you're at. Like that one dude over in Russia, he's kind of on the tail end of his day. So hopefully it went well. Yeah, exactly. Stay safe, stay vigilant. That's right. So, all right. That's it. We're going to call it done. That's a long time to live stream. So I appreciate you guys riding along with me, keeping me company as my passenger princess. And yeah, going to head up to this wedding. Shout out to Tyler. You know, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. But then as soon as it's over, I got to hightail it back south. So a lot of driving in my future. So y'all just say a prayer for me for this weekend for some safe travels. So, all right. Well, we'll talk to y'all next time. And I'm probably going to drop a video later on today. I was at the range yesterday, recorded a video of the results, so I'll post that later on. But we'll catch y'all next time. So y'all have a good one. Have a good weekend.